All right, well, the first question I have for you, Rob, is I know in downtown, the Catholic Charities has some shelters, some buildings, but what's with some of the crowds and the people involved, potentially in some criminal activities that are happening on the sidewalks and streets in front of these either shelters or buildings around Division and maybe 2nd Ave? Could you just speak to that?
It's maybe one of the most important questions you'll ask me today. I'm glad you're asking it. The reality is it's very concerning to us. What you see when 25,000 cars a day drive on that Division and 2nd intersection, and people drive by and they see stuff that scares them. They see stuff that they're not quite sure about, and it doesn't make sense, and it shouldn't. They see these beautiful, brand new Catholic Charities buildings that are perfectly clean and well maintained on the inside and the outside, and they're just gorgeous. And then in front of them, they see a group of 20 people, and they look a little bit frightening, quite frankly. And they wonder, well, what the heck is going on in that building? Why are all those people camped out in front? And that person's doing drugs on the street, and those two are in a fight, and that one is throwing a Gatorade bottle at passing traffic. What is going on? It's a huge question. We are very concerned about that at Catholic Charities and have been for the last several years. First and foremost, that corner Division and 2nd has been a stopping point and a gathering point for homeless people in Spokane for 50 years. But now that there's a lot of Catholic Charities buildings there, it's much more talked about, it's more amplified, it's more visible. And so the reality is those people you see in front of our buildings, they are people that are desperately in need of help. We know that because every day we go and ask them, would you let us help you? Would you come inside to the shelter? Let us give you a meal and a bed. Let's talk to you about housing. Let's talk to you about substance use disorder treatment. Please let us help you. And every day those people in front of those buildings say no. They don't want to come inside. The reason they're hanging out there is because that is a safe space for them. And I talk to a lot of these people personally myself. Why are you hanging out in front of Donna Hanson Haven? Why are you sitting and sleeping on the sidewalk in front of Jacqueline Haven or Schweitzer Haven? I ask them that. And there's about two groups that answer different ways. They all say, no, I don't want to come in. I don't want you to help me. Unfortunately, they all say that. The ones that say yes, we walk them into the House of Charity and help them. The ones that say no, stay there. But about half the group says, listen, part of the reason I'm here is because I know someone who lives in that building. And most of those people who are hanging out, they're trying to get into the building. They can't. Our video camera system is AI controlled. It's all based on your facial recognition. You can't get into the building if you don't live there. If you come through the front door and you don't live there, our security team gets a text and we go look at who you are. We have to do it that way to keep our staff and our residents safe. And so they come in, they're trying to sneak in, they're trying to get into the building. The other half of people, actually a much more sad reason why they're there is because they know in all of downtown Spokane, we have about 75 digitally enhanced video cameras pointing at every inch of that neighborhood. And they know if something happens to them while they're there, someone's gonna come help them. Someone's gonna call the police or an ambulance. If they overdose, they're getting robbed or beaten up, someone's gonna say or do something because they know there's staff in the building and the cameras are watching. So for them, it's a safe space. And how sad that is that people are having to camp out in front of cameras because it's the only way they feel safe. But we are absolutely concerned about this group of people that hang out in that area. We very much want them to not be there. We want them to be engaged either by our services, let us help you. And if you're doing criminal activity in front of our buildings or anywhere, we need law enforcement to engage with them. And that has to happen. It sounds harsh, but we absolutely have to get people to not be a danger to themselves or others and not be committing crime. It doesn't matter if you're a homeless person in front of a Catholic Charities building or you're my 19-year-old son in front of that building. If you are doing drugs or involved in assault or robbery or any crime, you should be arrested. It doesn't matter if you're my son or a homeless person. Everyone should be treated the same. But we're definitely worried about this issue.
Thanks for sharing that, Rob, and just giving context to what people see probably on a daily basis.
Every day.